Leonard's off the floor, perhaps for the final time.
I hate to say this. Kawhi Leonard wants out of San Antonio.
Leonard fires from the corner. And Leonard goes down again.
This is a San Antonio team that is really headed into a full rebuild.
You just saw the San Antonio Spurs. They were knocked out of playoff contention, which ends a streak of 22 straight years of making the playoffs.
Hey, what's going on, Derek?
What's up, man? How are you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
This one shared. There we
go. Let's start off by saying Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers.
Yes. All the moms, the aunts, the
everybody,
sisters. I mean, yeah, grandparents.
Hey, even the dog owners only. You're a mother.
That's it. Yes. you never know, you know. Pretty excited about the show.
Yes, very excited.
We got a lot to talk about. Tonight we missed Wednesday, for a good reason. I think it saved you more than anything.
Yes, because listen, I have missed the most since we started this because something always happens. It's always technical difficulties that don't get settled. But this time I had a good excuse.
You had a good one this one.
Yeah. you know, funny story about that. On Wednesday night, it was about 7:30. My wife says, "What are you doing? You have a podcast, don't you?" I said, "Well, of course I canceled." She's like, "Why?" It's our anniversary. What do you mean, why?
Wow. Good. Look at her go. She's trying to get brownie points.
She thought I was going to miss out on our anniversary. I know it's during the week for the podcast. So, hey.
You should have been like, well, depending on the guests we had, I might have done it, but we didn't have anybody lined up. So
no, I didn't even. I was making myself look really good. So
there you go. Got a special guest tonight. And let's get ready to get her in here.
Yeah, we're gonna play our sponsor for the evening, and then we were gonna bring her right on in and start talking with her.
How you doing, Miss Bella?
I'm good.
Good. So I guess just start off by telling us kind of how you got to where you're at now. I mean, just kind of take us through your journey.
Well, so I've been playing basketball at my school the last 4 years, and Definitely had some rough moments and not. Last year I actually quit mid-season, just a hard time, but this year I came back stronger than ever. All my coaches, we had a new coach. She pushed me really far. My aunt pushed me far. And then I got in contact with some college coaches. They gave me an offer. So strived me to be an even better person during the season to get that offer. So going on to
So you reached out.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
What
That's a
were
trend,
you?
Derek.
Yes,
It's a trend.
it's what I'm seeing. Did you use the Twitter, the X, whatever, and all that, or was there a different avenue that you used?
I actually emailed the coaches. I filled out athletic recruitment form, and
Okay.
I obviously did the college acceptance, all that. So I got
Okay.
accepted and I got the offer.
Has it always been basketball for you, or do you play
Yes.
other sports?
I play volleyball and I do track as well.
You do, but basketball's first love kind of thing.
Of course, yes.
Of course, that's mine and Dustin's as well. So yeah.
Yes,
Um,
basketball is huge, and well, for me, my household, they don't watch sports, but just me. So we love having basketball people on because
Yes.
my twin sister was really good at basketball. She's 6 foot, so you can imagine.
Oh, must be nice.
Must be-
Yeah, but she was one of those like too hard players. She could foul out in a quarter type player. I mean,
Me
she
too.
didn't, but she okay. So she was a very angry basketball player. I didn't even like playing against her. She toughened me up a little bit. We'll say that at times. She liked playing with the boys. So.
Did you have a lot of interest from colleges coming to play, or was it kind of just the one college?
It was just the one college.
It was, and they're in Shreveport, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that's right up the road.
Yeah, not too far, but trying to get in that transfer portal to hopefully go D2.
There you go. Hey, you got to start somewhere, right? I mean, everybody
Yes.
starts somewhere.
I'm gonna put this up. So this college, by the way, this is the best logo I've ever seen for a college.
Yeah, I like that logo.
This dog with this thing, this handkerchief on its neck is the coolest thing I've ever seen. So is this a JUCO or is this D3?
It's D3.
It's D3. Okay.
Do you have any D2 colleges kind of in mind that you would like to transfer to, or?
Hopefully UT Tyler, honestly anywhere, but they were in contact with me a little bit, but they not very good at responding.
Not very good at responding.
Yeah.
It's awesome to see all the stats go up after the injury. So kind of tell us what that recovery was like for you.
It was really just a lot of watching. I wasn't supposed to be shooting, but I did. I fractured my wrist, so my right wrist, so I couldn't even do form shooting. But I did lots of layups because just tipping the ball up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Did you learn to try to shoot with the left? Did you shoot
Yes.
with the left a little bit? Okay.
Yeah. Didn't help very much, but I
Didn't help very much.
had some touches going on.
There you go.
Funny, kind of talking about my sister. She could shoot both hands. I mean, it's crazy how my sister didn't go play college ball because she could shoot both hands. So you didn't know what she was going to shoot with, type thing. Those are some of the coolest players to see play because you don't know which hand they're going to shoot with. Because she could literally do it, one shot this left, one shot right. It was pretty cool. But
So, as far as go ahead, Dustin.
I was going to ask you, what was that recovery like? How long did it take to kind of get not necessarily fully healthy, but comfortable enough shooting the ball?
Probably after a week and a half because I sprained it. I couldn't ever feel the fracture or where it was, but I sprained it, so that took the longest. My thumb is still messed up.
Oh, wow.
Did you hurt it in a game or was it practice?
I did. I hurt it in a game. I was fouled and I fell backwards and I stuck my arm down to brace myself.
Brace your fall. Yeah, that's yeah. But sometimes
no
it's better just
surgery?
to fall.
No surgery.
No surgery. No surgery. Well, that's good. Did you have to go do rehab or anything like that?
No, I did it with my trainer at school. Just a lot of hand movements and 1 pound weights, getting some movement throughout my wrist.
And how long were you out for that?
I was out 5 weeks, so
Okay.
half the district I was out.
Did a lot of coaching from the sideline?
Yes, yeah, a lot of coaching and learning.
Now, let me ask this. I've always wondered this. From going from playing to kind of being the learning sitting on the sideline, learning, coaching from the sideline, does that make you want to be a coach?
It sometimes does.
Sometimes it does. That's kind of, I mean, when I was coaching my daughter's teams 3 years ago, it was like, man, this is fun. Like, I enjoy coaching. I know they're fifth graders or sixth graders, but like, I enjoy this. But then it's just like, I don't think I really want to coach. I better just stick to what I'm doing.
Yes.
How was y'all senior year this year, the team wise?
As a team, we all pretty much got along. On the court, we didn't click as well as we should have. But near the end of the season, it definitely got a lot better. But it just took a very long time to.
I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, the Gladewater game that I came to, like I said, I came to a game. I don't remember it hardly. I mean, you specifically, I don't remember because we were just there watching. Like, I had no idea we were going to be talking to you. There was a stretch, and I'd have to confirm this with my wife or my daughter, but there was like 6 or 7 like threes back to back to back. I mean, both teams, like y'all would hit one, then they would come down and hit one, then y'all would go down and hit one, and I was just like, what is going on right now? Like, how would you classify yourself as a basketball player? Are you a shooter, a slasher? I mean, 6, 7 rebounds a game. I mean, you're obviously getting in there and getting some boards.
I'm definitely a shooting guard. That's my specialty. I just stay around the 3-point line.
Favorite spot?
Yeah. My favorite spot? Probably the extended elbow.
The elbow three. I like it. Yes.
What about the corner? You like the corner at all? It's kind of a sneaky place to be sometimes.
It's a sneaky place. I hit a couple down this year in the corner, but if I had a chance, not there. But
40% from 3 is pretty good. I mean, you're shooting better there than some people shoot from just 2-point shots. I mean, we're just being honest. So sitting there, do they? Obviously, we said they're in Shreveport, but do they play any teams in Texas or?
Yes,
kind of
play Laterno. I think ETBU. A bunch of teams in the Houston and Austin area.
Oh, okay. But some around here, East Texas wise?
Yes.
Oh, that'll be games we can go to, Dustin.
Yeah.
We always we try to find teams that are close, and we're going to try to make. I mean, let's see, we've had about 70 interviews, and so 70 games of something next year. I don't know if we're going to be able to make everybody's stuff, but the closer they are, the better.
Yes.
Marshall, is right up the road. I'm in Diana. Dustin's in Union Grove, so I mean, it's right there.
What is the expectations going into your freshman year? Has it been talked about like potentially any playing time, or is it kind of come in work? Let's see where we are when the season starts.
I think I'll have playing time. He didn't say how much, but he told me he wants me as a shooting guard. So I feel like it's gonna be similar to my sophomore year. My coach he put me in the games when we needed threes shot. So I expect that.
They're more like just like a 3-point specialist, more or less.
Yes.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's, I mean, you obviously got to college doing that, right? I mean, and like you said, eventually you're looking to go to the next level and then possibly the next level. So that's exciting. What are you going to major in?
Business management.
Businessman. Okay. What are you going to do with it?
So I'm a big floral designer, so I want to open up my own floral shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to stay around East Texas area to do that, or you open in the future to maybe venturing out?
Hopefully East Texas, but just a mom and pop town.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where you can be like the one person there.
Yeah.
Kind of like White Oak.
Yeah, like White Oak. A little low overhead.
Like
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
That's awesome. So on the defensive side of things, according to Kai and I are talking about, you're a very ferocious player. You like to play hard and tough. Do you pride yourself with defense as well? Is the 3-point shooting?
Yes. Yeah. Defense wins games. My coach always says defense wins games, but like offense buys tickets. So.
Ooh, that's a new one, Derek. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Defense. I mean, that's just what you have to do to win a game. I pride myself on rebounds, not just offensively, but mostly defensive, to get it out to my point guard because I like to say I'm pretty good at reading the ball. So, and then blocking out. You have to get blocked out.
You have to block out. That's correct. That is correct.
That doesn't get talked about enough. Blocking out.
Yeah, because we have to run if you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
So, do you have you always been a two guard, or have you ever played point or three or?
I've played every position. This past year, I actually played all of them because I'm the tallest person on my team. 5'8". Not ideal, but
had played a little center this year, a little stretch five. Nothing
Yes.
wrong with that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, I was a forward the beginning of the season. Then after my injury, I asked my coach like, "Hey, would you put me as a guard? You know, that's my specialty because I'm okay down in the paint, but we play so many tall people.
Mm-hmm.
That's taken away from
So
me
what,
helping as I could."
how many? I say how many. So you say you reached out to these schools. How many schools would you say you reached out to about possibly trying to play at the next level?
Probably 5 to 10, but I was really late in the game.
You really
I
late.
Yeah, I didn't know I wanted to play till January, February.
Hey, there you go. Though I mean,
that's still impressive though because basketball starts about November, I think. If I'm
for
November,
high school, it'll be
December.
about November. Yeah.
Yeah, and so February is kind of getting towards the end of the season ish, if I'm right with high school, and for you to decide, hey, I think I want to play at the next level, and then you just push yourself to go reach out to these schools, and then not only that, you found one that's willing to
Take a chance on you.
Take a chance on you that late, because by then they have a lot of people that probably already committed or willing to come there already, and for them to do that, that's awesome. What is one of your fondest moments of playing, whether it's a game-winning shot or anything, something you can remember that you were like really excited about that happened for you?
So this past season, we didn't win many games, but it was the end of one of our district games. So we're like passing the ball around the 3-point line, just trying to get one more shot off. Well, I was there on the 3-point line. I got the ball. A girl was closing out on me. And I was like, oh, I can't shoot it. So I kick it to my friend in the corner. She lost a lot of her confidence this year in her shooting because she's a 3-point shooter. She can drive. She just lost a bunch of confidence. Well, I kick her the ball and she makes the game-winning 3. And it was really heartwarming to see her confidence go up, see everyone cheering her on. We all swarmed her. So definitely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think that's awesome you say that because it was about a pass you made, but it wasn't about a shot you made. It was for somebody else. So that tells me and Derek right there, you're actually about the team. It's not about just your own self. That's awesome that you did that in the moment, especially did y'all win that game?
We did. Yes.
Yeah.
There you
that's
go.
so awesome. That's awesome. Wow. Who was your favorite team to play against? And it doesn't even have to be district. Was there a team like you enjoyed playing against? Like you,
I definitely
I don't
playing
know.
against Harmony.
Okay.
It was a
Harmony.
good game. Yeah, it was a tough loss, but we stayed with them the whole game.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Stayed with them the whole game. Yeah, we finally learned how to break a press that game, and it was
That's
something
all they do.
Team.
Harmony just presses the whole game. I mean, that's what they do. And I mean, even in middle school. So my daughter's in 8th grade. They press the whole game. Like if you don't break it, you're just in trouble.
Oh, yeah. Kind of like
so-
Gladewater.
Kind of like Gladewater. Yes, yes, exactly. So what? As far as centenary goes, are they good? I mean, what kind of record did they have last year?
I think they were like, I can't remember. It wasn't very many.
Wasn't very many wins.
Yeah, but
That's all right. I mean,
yeah, it's a new program, so they're trying to build up right now.
how long have they been there?
I think they've been there a while, but this coach is fairly new, and
Oh, the coach. Okay.
they started the year with like 20-something players and ended with 10 just because he didn't want players on his team that weren't going to benefit him. No, I called
Hey, nothing wrong with. I mean, once you get to that level, it's almost like and I tell my daughter this, once you get to like varsity or college, like your play is going to affect that man's or woman's job.
Yes.
Like if you go out there and y'all go 0 for 27 for the year, 4 years in a row, guess who's not going to be there? That coach ain't going to be there. And so you do want to like kind of show out for them. And that's crazy to wrap your head around, that a 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old person can affect a 50-year-old's job who might be there for a while. But so yeah, I mean to weed them out like that from 20 down to 10 is good for him. I mean, he didn't keep who he needed.
Absolutely, yeah.
Not only that, it tells you that coach is really he's looking for certain players, and I know that sounds bad, but he's looking for people that are coming to work and not just there to, some people go to college and sports, especially depending on where it is, to just get school paid for and business and not, just go for the degree, and that's it. So it's awesome for a coach to be able to come in, especially, I'm sure that kind of be exciting for you to go into a new situation in a way where now you got to go in and work hard. Nothing's going to be given to you, especially with him kicking half the team off by the end of the year because, they weren't either abiding by his rules or whatever the case might be. So that's awesome to go into a situation like that, and for a program that's looking to kind of rebuild. So maybe more opportunities for people coming in to get that chance to play and show what they really can do. Were you the only one on your team that was getting looked at? Just curious, or is going to play? Okay.
Is Centenary a 4-year or is it 2-year?
It's 4.
It is 4? Okay. Like I said, I never even knew about it until I want to say this is the second person we've had going to Centenary. I'd have to go back and look. I think.
I think so.
Yeah. But which is cool. I mean, it's like I said, I never knew they were there. I never really knew they had an athletic program, to be honest with you. But it's no knock to you or anybody else that plays athletics there. I just don't look that far into it.
Yeah, it's definitely just where a lot of kids after high school are going to test.
But yeah, I mean, like you said, you did it yourself. I mean, you did the recruiting, you did the reaching out, which that still blows my mind that kids are doing that and not saying your coach didn't do it, because like you said, you were kind of late in the game deciding you wanted to do it. But a lot of kids that we've talked to, they get on Twitter and they get all their stuff going, put their own videos out, reach out to the coaches by themselves. So that's crazy.
It's hard. It makes it hard. It doesn't make it harder, but it makes the athletes go work for it.
Yes.
Because it seems nowadays, and we've had, Derek said 60, 70 people on, and almost every single one of them, it seems like, to an extent, most of them have reached out themselves. They've had to put the work in on the court and off the court to get to the point where they're at. And so it makes it really feel like you're working for something that's not given to you. I mean, it's great if a college team comes in and gets you. But for you to go and get it yourself and then say, like, I'm literally got it myself on court and off the court. And I think that's really cool.
Just curious, outside of sitting there, what schools did you reach out to?
I reached out to UT Dallas, UT Tyler, I think the Dallas Texas Women's University, University of Kingsville.
So everything pretty much, not Kingsville, not local, but Texas or fairly close to around here.
Yes.
I understand that. You gotta stay close to home. Being from a small town, you want to stay close to home. That's your comfort zone. So I kind of want to ask this. I don't know if you do or not. A WNBA fan?
Yes.
Who's your favorite team?
I don't really watch teams. I watch players.
Who's your favorite player?
Is it bad to say Caitlin Clark?
No, it's not. No,
there's nothing wrong with that. We love Caitlin Clark here.
Yes, absolutely. I think Paige is going to be phenomenal as well in Dallas. I say this all the time, and it sounds weird, but it's really not. I watched her in high school.
Me too.
When she was at Hopkins, she was unbelievable. And then I watched her whole career at UConn. I'm so glad that she got her a championship. I'm so glad that she got her one. I'm excited that she's here in Dallas, right up the road. Her game and Caitlin's game when they play the Fever versus the Wings is going to be packed to the max.
I know.
I was thinking the same thing. Like to go to that game would be unreal.
What about college side of things? Do you watch college women's ball at all?
Not too much. Sometimes when I'm just on YouTube, I'll look up a Baylor game or
Baylor fan.
Not really. I just know they have a good program.
Good
Yeah,
program.
they
I just watch basketball to get.
There you go. I love that. I love that. I mean, just
Do you like watching men's play just because it's the game, or you just still kind of stick to the women's?
I don't like watching the NBA just because they're too good. You know, it's one guy versus one guy
Yeah.
on a 5-person court against one person. But college men's is okay.
yes.
Sometimes.
If I've said this before on here, if I could only watch one sporting event for the rest of my life, it would be March Madness, men and women's. That's the greatest
Yes.
sporting event ever.
Completely.
Just because you don't know what you're going to get. I mean, you don't know who's going to win. You don't know anything. And I love that. I love the fact that you said you just get on YouTube and like, let's watch a Baylor thing or let's watch this. Like, literally, ball is life. I mean, that's what it is, and that's so cool.
You know what's funny is I used to do the same thing. I used to get on there to like because I had coached a women's AU team. I was the assistant head coach on one for my niece. I used to get on there to like learn like better plays, like more than like high school level. And I used to get on there for hours and just watch. And I'd write stuff down because YouTube wasn't that. It was okay then, but like now you can get on there and look up anything.
Yeah.
Like, even like drills and all kinds of stuff. YouTube can let's say this, YouTube can be good and bad, but when it comes to sports, I think it's a phenomenal platform because a lot of these coaches put a lot of stuff out there for people to go on there and just learn from it. If you're outside of just being on the court and with your coaches, and if you have your own trainer, it's really a really good platform to learn stuff off of.
What is your favorite defense to run?
I
You
definitely-
man or zone, or you like zone?
Yeah, I like a 1-3-1, definitely.
1-3-1. I like that.
Do you like running? Do you like running the back where you got to run side to side, or is that the least favorite spot on the 1-3-1? Because that's a hard spot to play.
They never put me there because I'm kind of slow. I was always a wing, and because my arms are long enough where I can go close out pretty fast on the extended elbow, and then get to the corner and get bumped down and everything. So.
I like it. I love zone. One of my favorite coaches all time is Jim Boeheim in Syracuse because they ran a 2-3 zone all the time. They never ran man. They pressed you, and then once you got half court, it was zone. I mean, for 35 years, that's what he did. Zone defense. Why more teams don't do zone, I have no idea. Especially if you have the athletes to run zone, you can do that, and it takes away a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. Well, is there anything? Go ahead, Dustin.
I was going to ask her one question. I kind of like asking this before each guest gets off. What is something you would tell a young athlete, kind of maybe in the position you were in late in the season, to push to get an offer? What's something you would tell a young athlete to like keep pushing, don't give up type thing? Especially even like last year with you said you quit and then you came back, and then finding out you wanted to play at the next level. What's something you would tell a young athlete?
I'll probably just say do it all for your team. When I quit, I felt so bad for my team. I couldn't believe I let them down. So always just be there for those people individually and as a whole, because they're going to be the ones to push you the most, and your coaches. Always listen to them no matter what.
Not to get too personal, but was it just you just kind of fell out of love with the game, or just playing it for so long?
I think it was just a lot of mental. There was a lot of cancers on the team, so finally it got to me a little too much. I was like, I can't do it.
That's something my daughter is dealing with a little bit. This year there was a lot going on for her little team this year. A lot of cliquey, this person and this person, and she's not like that. She kind of tries to stay away from the drama. I told her just get through the year. Next year you'll be in high school. A completely different thing. Like the team that played together this year is not ever going to play together again unless y'all are seniors. So just kind of fight through this year and get through this year, and then next year a whole new world is going to open up for. So that's perfect. Kind of talking about that. Well, is there anything else that we might have missed with you, or that you wanted to say or get out there? Anything?
I don't think so.
Don't think so? Okay. Well, keep Shay. Keep in contact with Shay. Keep in contact with us. Let us know when you guys are coming to ETBU or the Turno or whatever. Or we might even shoot on over to Shreveport. I mean, it's only an hour. It's only 40 minutes past Marshall. I mean, it's not like it's on the other side of the country.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely come check out a game and come root you on.
Absolutely. I'm excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming on, and good luck. Congratulations on graduating. Congratulations on going to the next level.
All right. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
Have a good evening. Thank you.
Right up the road, dude. But that's basketball, so that's right up mine and yours alley.
Man, basketball is still for like,
it's a beautiful game.
It really is, and I'm glad we're kind of talking about it, because this is going to kind of lead me to something I wanted to talk about. Watching a little bit of today's game with the Denver and OKC, the game has changed so much that we don't get sometimes you don't get the beautiful game we love so much. And for the longest time, I saw a thing today. Actually, it was maybe not today, maybe it was this week when I was off, but there was like a men's league in Longview. I was like, man, do I want to see if I can get a squad together?
I'm with it.
I know some, I just saw a buddy that went to Harleton not too long ago, and we used to play all the time. I mean, I played up until I was in my probably 25, 26 years old. I was playing weekly, just going and playing around. And he was like, hey, man, y'all play? You play anywhere? And I was like, man, it's been such a long time, and it like made me want to get back into the game. But I can't run up and down the court no more. I just can't, man. It's not in me. But
I can be the eighth man. I can give you a good 4 or 5 minutes.
I'm like, can we start like half court? I'm like, can you please start half court, and then maybe progress to the full court. But kind of talking about what I was talking about today is, the game is such a 3-point game now, and I'm starting to like today in the first quarter in that Denver OKC game, between the two teams, they were like 1 of 22 from the 3-point line. If I'm a coach, just hear me out. Even in the NBA, if I'm shooting one, let's just say OKC, I'm shooting 1 for 13 from the field. Would you not think as a coach you've got to either tell them stop shooting so many threes, let's find an easier basket to shoot or make, because it really takes away the love of the game. Sometimes that's why I still like watching San Antonio a lot, because they don't shoot as many threes, but they've had to change. They're old school, pass the ball 50,000 times and then make either a layup or a mid range. It doesn't happen as much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
San Antonio is still one of the only teams that has plays for the mid range area. And I think that will change now that Mitch Johnson is officially the head coach. I think they're going to be more of a run and gun team. Not that I don't. This is what I hate the most, Eric. When you see somebody coming down the court, it's a 2-on-1, and the person with the ball pulls up to the 3-point line and shoots the ball. When it's a 2-on-1 situation, why do they do that?
Because going 2 for 10 from behind the arc is better than going 4 for 6 on layups. It looks cooler. You can't celebrate and shimmy when you make a layup. You can do that when you hit a 3. That's what it's gotten to. It's literally an entertainment business now at this point. I think we talked about it in the chat the other day. Golden State shot 84 shots in the game. 34 of them were three-pointers. Almost half of their shots were threes. And in that same game, Minnesota was 5 of 29 from threes.
I mean, like today.
And you have to do that. I mean, because if somebody's jacking up 35 three-pointers and they're 50%, they're making 17. I mean, you have to shoot the three to stay in the game at this point. That's why I'm going to tell you what's frustrating to me. And I'm just going to be honest. The way that the NBA now has ruined high school basketball. So I went to a couple of high school games. Me and you went to one. I went to a couple Diana girls games. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with three-pointers. I know Bella was just on here talking about she's a three-point specialist. That's awesome. Like that's awesome. But I guarantee you she drives to the basket. I guarantee you she tries to make layups over the three-pointers. When it was halftime of the Diana girls basketball game, the boys went out there and warmed up. Like just kind of did like a little shoot around. There was not a single player 12 feet from the basket. They were all outside the arc, chunking it up. After the girls' game, I was like, well, maybe they were just doing that because it was that. They did one line of layups, right side to left side, and then they all went to the three-point line. They didn't shoot free throws. They didn't do nothing. You go out there and you shoot threes, and you shoot threes, and because it looks cooler. That's all it is. That's all three-pointers are. It looks cooler. Now, I've said this before. If you're down 2 and there's 12 seconds left and you hit a dagger 3, you better celebrate your tail off. Or if you're up 1 and you hit a 3 to go up 4, 2 possessions in the final 30 seconds, celebrate. That's awesome. That is a momentum shifter. But if it's in the first quarter, 4 minutes in the game, and it's 3-3, and you hit a 3 and go up 6-3, don't turn to the stands and shimmy and shake and throw your hands up. Act like you've done that before. Act like you've hit a 3 before.
Yes, exactly. And this is a prime example. Like Anthony Edwards last night from the 3-point range, he was 5 for 14. That's one player.
Yeah. Yep.
It's insane. Like again, I love the 3-point game. Like there's nothing wrong with the 3-point game. It's if you're wide open for a 3 and you miss it, that's fine. Like, but every possession, it's like you'll shoot 5 threes and then you'll shoot a 2. 5 threes and you shoot a 2. Like, I understand. Like if you're going against, let's say, the Warriors, you're going to have to shoot more threes because you have Steph if he's playing. Right now, I understand he's not playing, but because that's his game. But see, like Steph Curry has moments where he does too much with that, but that's just his game. Like he's really good at the game. But if you're like Jimmy Butler, he shouldn't be shooting 10 threes a game. That's not his game. Yeah. He's like DeMar DeRozan. 3-pointers ain't your game. It's mid-range. That's your game. Like that is your game. That's where you specialize at. Like Carmelo Anthony, one of the best mid-rangers to ever shoot the ball. That was his game. Would he shoot threes? Yes, but it wasn't his thing. Like,
he would really get to his spot. He was he was a spot shooter. Like he had certain spots on the court that if he got there, I mean, you're looking at 85-90% it's going in. Now, did he chunk up a bunch of junk sometimes? Absolutely. But he was a spot guy. He always tried to get to his spot.
And I understand that's what everyone tries to do in the NBA. Now, it's always good if you don't have a spot and you just think every spot is your spot. I mean, if you think you're that. I mean, because a lot of them do think that. They think every spot is their spot. But kind of talking about this Warrior. Now that we're kind of talking about the NBA or basketball. The Warriors are in trouble.
Yes.
Without Steph, they're in trouble.
Yes. I hope I hope Steph doesn't try to come back too soon. I hope he doesn't see that they're in trouble and tries to rush it.
Well, according to the reports, he wasn't going to rush it. But here's my thing on it. If they lose tomorrow, I think that he's got to come back the next game.
Yes.
Unless, I hate that because I don't think he'll be 100%. But another thing I like about the Warriors is that I hope they're seeing what Jonathan Kuminga can do for them. He's getting more paid. Him and Draymond can't. I mean, not Draymond. Him and Jimmy can't do it by themselves. Draymond had 2 points. I mean, obviously Draymond's not your offensive player; he's your defensive player. But they are in worlds of trouble because of Steph not being there. If Steph was there, this series would actually be. I mean, it's not like they just got murdered last night, but they just don't have the scoring. Like Jimmy Butler can score, but he's really a mid-range defender. That's how he's always played this game. He can shoot the three, but with how athletic and how fast Minnesota is, the Warriors are in trouble because they're not being able to score enough and be consistent enough. They're really missing Curry right now. Hope he can come back soon because I know this series is going to be better than probably what most people expected because of what Minnesota did to the Lakers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, I hope Curry comes back because Minnesota's still looking good. Minnesota at this point is not a surprise. We knew what they could do because of what they did to the Lakers.
I'm going to tell you the X factor in that series. It's Julius Randle.
Oh, he
is playing. Golden State has no answer for Julius Randle. And, I mean, you could say maybe Draymond Green, but Julius Randle is so physical that Draymond doesn't like that. Draymond's always been the physical guy, been the initiator. And I go back to when Julius Randle was in L.A. I want to say he was a rookie. He went toe-to-toe with KG when KG was at Boston. And KG gave him everything that he wanted, and Randle never backed down. And then Kobe, they did an interview with Kobe, and it said, "Hey, what do you think about how Julius Randle responded to Kevin Garnett?" He said he responded like a man. He said he responded like he was supposed to do, and I think that's been his game this whole time. And now Draymond just cannot. He can't bully him, and Draymond's not good enough anywhere else on the court to not be able to bully somebody.
And not only that, like the Warriors are kind of like the Lakers were. They don't have a big man. They have Kevon Looney, right? But I think the lost person for Minnesota and has been since the playoffs is Rudy Gobert. And I mean that for defensively and rebounding and shot blocking.
Yeah.
He's doing what he's supposed to do since he's came in the league. Whether it was in Utah, now in Minnesota. He's always been the rim protector, rebounder, shot blocker, rebounder. That's like his game. He does it so well. And he hadn't won multiple Defensive Players of the Year for a reason. And offensively, the Warriors struggle, and defensively, the Warriors are struggling right now. The first game, it was like, oh, crap. Like, the Warriors are going to make this a series. Like, but then Steph goes down, and you really see, like, when you're missing that scoring, and with the deep, even with Steph, I mean, I'm gonna tell you what though, for Steph being in his 36, probably 37, I'm not sure. He's around that age. That game, that last, I'm going back to the series against Houston. That last game in Game 7, as crazy as this sounds, he was their second best defender.
Yes,
it was Draymond, and then it was Steph. And that you don't say that much about Steph.
Yeah, I think Jimmy is getting a little out there in his age, obviously.
Oh yeah.
And I think these younger teams are going to give him fits. He's a lot like Draymond to me. He normally bullies the opposing 2 or 3, whoever he guards. He normally bullies them. But these younger dudes, they're different. They don't. You're not going to bully Anthony Edwards. You're not going to bully a Sora or a Min Thompson. They're going to bully you back. And that's what the older generation is not used to. So I don't know. Tomorrow night's game is going to be a big one for both teams.
Yes.
I'm not saying that if Golden State loses, I think they do something huge this offseason. I'm talking massive. And I'm not 100% sure they keep Draymond. I could see Draymond getting moved. Because at this point, he's a liability offensively. He can't do anything. He can't shoot threes. He can rebound. He's like Angel Reese. He can rebound and put back up layups. That's what he does.
Yeah, him only scoring 2 points yesterday. I know when you look at Draymond, you're like, oh, he's not the offensive player. Like they don't need, but he's good enough where he can be. Like, he's had some 30-point games in his career. Now, I understand he's older, right? So we're not going to sit here and say, like, he should be scoring 30 points a game. But him only giving you 2 points a game and how much he's on the court, that it's almost like Luka's defense. He can score 40 points, but he ain't doing nothing defensively.
And
it's like the opposite for him.
It's bad saying that when you think of Dennis Rodman, because Dennis Rodman.
Hold on. Indiana is up by 19 right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching it. Wow. You know, we say that about Draymond, but then you come right back and you say about Dennis Rodman. There was a 5-game stretch where he averaged 0 points and 25 rebounds. So I know it was a different game back then. Like you didn't need Dennis to average anything because there wasn't teams going 18 of 52 from the 3-point line. So you could claw back in it, you know, just by getting those second possessions. But now everybody on the court has to score. If you look at these playoffs, I had the stat. I don't know where my paper is. It might be at work. But 80% of the teams that have won the games. I mean, I went into this like I was like this series versus this. The starters were in double figures. Now, if 4 of the 5 starters were in double figures, it was a close game. If all 5 were in there, it was normally a pretty good game. If 2 of the 5 starters were in double figures, they lost and the other team blew them out. You got to have production from your starters. They're starters for a reason.
Yep. Offensively and defensively. I mean, both sides of the ball. So we'll see what happens to that series tomorrow is game 4. So we'll see. Hopefully the Warriors can tie it up to make this series. The longer the Warriors can last in the series, the better it is to get Stephen Curry back so they can hopefully get their offensive rhythm back and be able to potentially come back and win the series. But Minnesota's doing what Minnesota should. If Minnesota were to lose this series, that would be atrocious for them because of what they did with the Lakers. Now, I did think the Warriors in the playoffs have been better than Lakers because, again, the Lakers defense was just awful this playoffs. So we'll see how that series goes. Let's talk about the Oklahoma City and in the Nuggets. It's tied up 2-2. I mean, this series is going as expected. I thought it was going to go 7. You know, the game was it Friday night they played. Denver won.
Yes.
The only blowout game was game 2, and that was a really surprising one. I did not think the OKC would win by, 50 in that range. Again, that's like their second victory this playoffs over 50. That's got to be – I don't know if that's a record. I don't know if that's ever been done in the playoffs by one team to 2 different teams. But I really feel like both teams aren't like they're not being consistently from the field. This kind of goes back to just the shooting things. I really think this series comes down to who can have the better defense in the right moments. Like OKC's defense was very smothering today. Like it shows why they were statistically the number 1 ranked defense for a reason. I worry about man. I don't know why I worry about OKC in this way, but I still worry about their inexperience in the playoffs. I am glad it's 2-2 because it shows that they have improved as a team, like being in the playoffs the last couple of years. Like, you know, they were number 1 team last year, number 1 team this year, but you can see the difference between last year's team and this year's teams, even though there's a lot of the same players there. It shows that they are ready for the moment now. It's just hard going against Denver, man. I mean, they have so many weapons. Like Aaron Gordon's been phenomenal for them in the playoffs this year. I think he's actually been one of the most consistently. He's hit 2 big game winners.
Big shots. Yes,
he has. Whoever gets consistent offense and play good defense will win this series. That's kind of my key right now, where they both are. 3 games left. Whoever's team could be more consistent on offense, not turn the ball over, and play the better defense will win the series. That's kind of my take on it. Like, I don't know who's going to win this series. I really do think it's that good. This series is like, well, it's kind of like the Denver series. Are they going to get tired because they could be going back-to-back 7-game series? You know. So who I think it's whoever kind of buckles down and gets more consistently on both sides of the ball, I think will win the series.
So this is exactly what we were talking about. So I said if 3 or less people are in double figures, it's a close game. Oklahoma City had 2 people in double figures, 25 for Shea and 10 by Jalen Williams. Starters. They had 3 people in double figures off the bench. Wallace, Wiggins, and Caruso. 11, 11, and 10. Denver had 4 people in double figures, starters. They had 8 points off the bench. Russell Wilson played 27 minutes and gave you 3 rebounds and 6 points. Russ has to be that guy off the bench for Denver. He has to be that guy. But also what we were talking about, Oklahoma City for the game was 31 of 87 shooting. They were 10 of 41 for three-pointers.
You're not going to win doing that.
Well, Oklahoma City won. They won that
one.
Denver was 25 of 80 shooting, 11 for 45. Over half of their shots were three-pointers. 11 for 45 from beyond the arc.
That when you hear people talking about how the NBA isn't fun to watch, that's what they're talking about.
That's
right?
Why. Listen to Oklahoma City starters. Holmgren, 0 for 3 shooting threes. Why is a 9-footer shooting a three-pointer anyway? Jalen Williams, 0 for 5.
Because it is big.
Hartstein is 0 for 0. Shea, 0 for 5. Lou Dort, 2 for 10. That's your starters. You are 2 of 23 shooting three-pointers. What are we doing? Like, what are we doing that we're shooting 23? Guess what? If you're 2 of 23, drive to the freaking basket and get a layup. Get a layup and an and one. You know what that? You know if you make a layup, get fouled, and make a free throw, you know how many points that is? 3 points. You know how many points is it if you make it behind the arc? 3. It's a whole lot easier to do the other one than jacking them up.
I mean, Derek, this is my thing. And this is me. If I'm playing the game of basketball, and this is me, like I was never like, I wouldn't even like, this is how it used to be back when I played in high school. I wasn't allowed to shoot threes. If I shot a 3, I came out the game. Not because I couldn't, but that just wasn't like that. I wasn't good at it. That wasn't my thing. My thing was a mid-range and post play. That's because I played the small or the power forward. That's what I played. And
right.
This is around the time the 3 game was evolving, like with even the stretch ones. But I used to you see people, they will pump. This is the one move that makes me so mad. You have a defender on you, and I'm talking about the NBA level. You have one defender on you, and their help is at like the free throw line. Okay, they will pump fake. They get them on the pump fake. You know what their move is? Sidestep 3.
Step back. Yep.
Or step back. Why don't you pump fake and go to the basket?
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it. Like, I know the game has evolved, but there's so many more easier, more efficient shots that they can take where you're not going 10 for 45 or 11 for 35. Like, that's why people say the game isn't fun no more, because we don't get the old school wide open, better shots. We're sitting here jacking up step backs and don't get me wrong, there's people that can make them. Like, I get it. But there's better, more efficient shots to make. And that's the team that wins this series is going to be the one that figures that out and like say, hey, let's maybe pipe down on the threes. Like, we can shoot. If you're shooting 45 threes and you're making 11, let's try shooting 30 threes and see how many we make.
Yeah.
And maybe those other 15 or, driving kicks for mid-range or driving.
You think those are 11, we'll say 11 of 40. Okay. That's 29 shots that you missed. Let's say half of those you get the rebound. Okay. So we're looking at 18 rebounds. Mm-hmm. So you have that's 18 possessions that you lost a chance to score because you want to jack up a 3.
Yep.
Like, let's get downhill. Let's get to the basket. Your odds, I don't know, man. That's why I think I like college a little bit more, because college, they do get to the basket. They do drive. They do try to make some stuff happen.
Yeah, they do. They really do. The college, you still see more of the old school kick and drive or cutting to the basket for a score. I mean, you see that every now and again, but it's usually backdoor cuts for a crazy layup or something. Like, you don't see it often anymore. And, like, I'm still blown away by this game right now. Wow.
I don't know what the score is now.
It's a 41-23 Indiana. We're about 2 minutes into the second. And there you go. Evan Mobley shot an insane three. Why is Evan Mobley shooting threes? So I'm saying, man, you gotta make some changes if you want to win a championship.
Yeah.
Seriously. And this goes for at any level. Threes are a great game. Threes are really good. I'm not knocking the threes. Just stop taking so many when you're not making many. Can we say Steph Curry ruined the NBA? He evolved. I don't want to say ruined. Like, I don't want to go as far. Okay, he evolved the game, but he also ruined it for people to just jack up threes whenever they feel like they should. I'll say that. Like, I love the game still. I just want to see if you go 20 for 40 from threes, you're fine. I'm okay with you shooting 40 if you're making 20 of them.
Yeah.
If you're shooting 40+% from threes, you're doing great. When you're shooting 19-20%, it's time to change something.
Yes.
Especially in the playoffs. Regular season, it doesn't even really matter. We've been saying this for years, or I have. Regular season doesn't matter in the NBA. You're just playing for seeding. You're playing to make it into the playoffs / play-in. That's what your goal is. Like, I don't know. They got to make some. I mean, I hate seeing the game played this way because it's such a beautiful game to watch. But I just wish they'd stop shooting so many threes.
Hey, we talked about this. The NBA is one big man away from it going back to how it was. People can say all they want to. Just say Shaq, or I'll take Embiid. Let's go Embiid or Joker. If they said, you know what, I'm playing on the block. We're going to run the offense through the block. I'm just looking at the teams playing right now. You know who's not guarding Embiid on the block? Evan Mobley. You know who's not guarding Shaq on the block? Evan Mobley. You know who's not guarding Embiid on the block? Pascal Siakam for Indiana. They're not guarding those bigger, thicker guys on the block. But they don't have to worry about it because Joel Embiid, 6'11", 285, is out in the corner jacking up a three. What are we doing?
It's crazy is because you'll see like teams playing. I'll take Aaron Gordon for an example because he's like your power forward. He can shoot. He's kind of can shoot wherever. Like he doesn't have he can shoot wherever. But have you ever noticed some players like they put like Draymond and Aaron Gordon. I'm taking Draymond because he's smaller, but he plays like he's 6'11". And they're like, why is he on him when let's say he could play on Joker? Well, because Aaron Gordon's out there shooting threes. Why would we not put a smaller guy on him?
Yeah.
You got to put you'll see a shooting guard guarding a power forward because all they do is want to shoot threes. They're a liability if they're just going to shoot threes and they're 6'11". That's why the people.
Can we agree that the NBA is positionless right now?
Yes, it's very positionless.
Everybody plays out of position. I mean, Joker brings the ball up 60% of the time for Denver.
Did you ever? I never saw Shaq bring the ball up like that.
Crap! No. Could you imagine Dennis Rodman bringing the ball up? Are you kidding me? Or Ben Wallace? Are you kidding me right now?
Rasheed Wallace,
Dikembe Mutombo. What about Big Dikembe bringing the ball up? It's off his knee 95% of the time, guaranteed.
They'd be one of the players that they have to look down at the ball because you're not supposed to.
Yes, they don't know how to dribble.
They don't know how to dribble, so they're like this coming down the court in the NBA. But that's the thing. That's the game, though.
It's a 25-point game right now.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that series. I mean, if Indiana wins this, would you say it's done? Are we going to go as far as saying it's done?
I wouldn't. But I will tell you what's happening, and I love it. I am 100% for it. And that is Tyrese Halliburton was called overrated, and he found out about it. And he has been playing perfect Pacer basketball. I mean,
This entire playoffs.
The entire playoffs. He has played so good and doing exactly what he needs to do. Now, there are times, I think Friday night, whenever, I think he had 4 points Friday, something like that. He had an off night, 4 points, 5 assists, and a steal. He had an off night. Guess what? Everybody has an off night. But other than Friday night, his stat line has been where we at 21, 14, 17, 26. So he averaged 18 points in the quarterfinals, and he's averaging 15 because he has 4 points right now. Or he had 4 points the other night. But other than that, he'd been averaging 21 points if you take away the 4 points.
He plays his game.
He does what they need him to do. And that's all you can ask. That's all you can ask. Just do what you need to do.
Outside of Anthony Edwards being the best player in the playoffs, I think Tyrese Halliburton is the second best player in the playoffs. He's the most consistent player. Again, he has an off night. Everyone's going to have an off night. It's just part of the game. You're going to have multiple off nights in the playoffs. It's part of the game. But Tyrese Halliburton is someone. If you think he's overrated, or you don't want him on our team, you're crazy.
I agree.
He is actually a really he plays, and this is crazy. He plays Spurs basketball. He plays his role. He doesn't try to do too much.
I agree.
I agree. He does his thing. He doesn't care if he has 4 points or 40 points. If they win, they win.
I'm going to tell you why he was listed as overrated, and it's not because of his play style. It's because he is blah. He's not exciting.
He doesn't have all the glamours, the cameras, everything.
That's it. He is not exciting.
He's a Tim Duncan-ish player. He doesn't worry about he's a team player. His dad's way more flashier than he is. Being serious.
That ain't no joke.
Why do you, seriously, look, he got eye to eye with Giannis and he didn't even play. I love Tyrese Halliburton. I think he's a great player. He was in Sacramento, right? That's where he was before.
Yeah, they traded him for
who did they trade him for?
I'd have to go back and look. Wasn't
but
Sabonis? Sabonis.
No, it was Sabonis. He was on
Sabonis
Indiana.
Was in Indy. Yeah. I think that's somebody else that could be moved this offseason is Sabonis, and I'm just saying, I wouldn't mind Sabonis.
I wouldn't mind him in a gray and black jersey.
That's what I'm saying.
He'd be a perfect. You know what? He's just another Jokic type player. He loves assists. He loves to rebound.
He's a stretch 4.
He's a stretch.
He could go back to playing the 4. Wouldn't have to play the 5. You know who he reminds me of? I'm gonna tell you who Sabonis is. Sabonis is prime Kevin Love. That's who he is. The Minnesota Timberwolves Kevin Love is who Sabonis is.
Kevin Love's game. Kevin Love changed his game when he went to Cleveland.
I did not like that.
I didn't like it either.
Kevin Love in Minnesota was a walking 2020.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, he went and had to play third fiddle, which he played his role. He did exactly. We talk about role players. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. So I don't know. I did get some news on here earlier. I don't know if you've seen this or not. Kind of some reports are rolling around that the Clippers intend to go all in on LaMelo Ball to try to get him away from Charlotte. And with that news being said, Mike Malone is also supposed to be the Clippers' target as head coach. They're fixing to part ways with Tyronn Lue.
Really?
I don't know how that works. I don't think I don't think Harden and Ball go well together. Too much ball dominance for both of them.
It's good for the Clippers, LaMelo being there, but it wouldn't be good for him and Harden to be there.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Unless
So
they're
the
talking
question is, so here's the question is, do you try it out for a year?
No,
Or do
I
you
get rid
go
of
ahead
Harden.
and
I've never been. I was an Oklahoma City Harden fan.
oh yeah.
When he was the
for
sixth
sure.
man, dude, he was unbelievable. He went to
Mhm.
Houston and became the man. And now let's just be real. He was awesome. He was awesome. It went to his head, and he still thinks he's that man. He is the modern day Carmelo. Carmelo was great in Denver. Carmelo was great in New York. But Carmelo's biggest thing was he never took that step back role. He never embraced the sixth man because he still in his head was New York Carmelo, Denver Carmelo, where he was the guy. Carmelo could have won 2 championships had he embraced the six-man role. But now that's hard for somebody who is, like I said, the man for a 14, 15-year stretch to say, okay, I'm going to step back and maybe get 15 minutes when you were playing 39 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, Russell Westbrook has done well with the 6-man role.
Yes, he has. I have. I'm for it.
And that tells you he's wanting to win. Like, there's a certain point of time in your career, you either need to hang it up or become the 6th man or the other player off the bench, right?
Yes.
Like, that's kind of like Chris Paul. This coming up season, if he's in San Antonio, he's got to take that step back because and it actually works great for him. If he decides to play and stay in San Antonio, you could become the guy off the bench for San Antonio. You could be with the Keldon Johnsons and the Devin Vassell's off the bench, leading that secondary group. But Chris Paul hasn't done. I don't think he's ever taken that role anywhere. I don't know if he did. I don't think he did in Houston. I know he didn't do it in Phoenix.
He started in Houston. Started in Phoenix.
Yeah.
He's never not started.
I mean, he was their most consistent player this year. I can't knock on him. He played 82 games, which for that age is insane. Like I got to give him that. And at the point where they weren't going to do nothing with Fox and Wemby being down. And maybe there's something in his mind where it's like, man, this might be my last one, so let me get my playing time, right? But yeah, you need more of these older players like Steph Curry. He'll never take that role. He'll retire, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Like it's okay to retire instead of taking that role if that's what's the best for you. But if you're going to hinder the team, if you're going to put a team in a bad position, like, hey, I've still got to get my minutes. I've still got to be that guy, like Carmelo kind of did.
LeBron.
You're going to hurt the team. LeBron will never do it. I mean, he'll never take that role.
He would rather die than be a 6th man.
He may take like the second or third option, being on the court starting, but he'll never take I'm coming off the bench.
Yeah, I agree.
And granted, right now in his career, like on the team he's currently on, I don't think he could afford to. Like, who are you going to put out there over him on that team? Nobody. But if he were to go to if you went to Denver, they could be like, hey, LeBron, you got to take second fiddle. But again, if LeBron thinks about it, hey, I'm still that guy. I can still be that good. But could you imagine what I could do with the secondary group going against second team? I see what you're saying.
I could really pad my stats.
But yeah, I really think that if Indiana wins this game, I think they win the series. I think.
Could you imagine Cleveland going out to an Indiana team after running through the regular season? Like not even getting to Boston, not even getting to the New York game. No, that's no knock to Indy. That's no knock to Indy.
No. That's actually praising them and knocking kind of Cleveland more than anybody. I told you this Indiana team was like for real. Like I thought they could win this series. Going up 2-0, like when you're down 2-0, and let's say so you have 5 games, you got to win 4. That's hard to do.
Yeah,
it's been done, but it's really hard to do. And if it was another team, we may be having a different conversation. But it's Indiana who has been very consistent. They've been good. They took care of business against the Bucks, and they're taking care of business against Cleveland so far. And I do think if they win tonight, I think they win this series. It may still go 6, but I still think that they would win the series because, Indiana team's good. I love this Indiana team. I think that
They're up 35.
Yeah.
No. Is that right? Let me look at that again. I might have looked at that wrong.
24. They're 24. But
Yeah.
they're still up 24. I mean,
Oh, bad. I was looking at the
It's
other way around.
well, that's the thing, man. It's happened. Like, look what happened with New York. The first 2 games are down 20. They end up winning. Now, we
So
saw
this-
what happened yesterday.
So
All
this right
happened
here is
yesterday.
where the threes are coming in. They're fixing to
Oh,
start
yeah.
jacking up all kind of threes because they're down so much.
Yeah. But the thing is if you just play defense and take more efficient, more consistent shots, you can come back. But that's not the game nowadays.
Let's just
Not
see
the
where
game.
let's just see where we're at right now in threes. Cleveland is 4 of 15, and Indiana is 8 of 14.
See, 8 of 14 is not bad. That's almost 50. That's almost 50%. It's 40, probably 43.
No, 8 of 14 is 57.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong-
Cleveland is 6 of 25 shooting, and of the 6, 4 of them are threes. 4 of 15 threes, and so they've made 10 shots.
That's insane, man. I know we've been talking about this ever since Bella left, but we're just proving a point.
That's it.
If you live by the 3, you will also die by the 3.
The only reason Cleveland is in this game, and they're really not even in the game, they're fixing to be down. They're down 28 right now. Is that right? 28?
26. They're down 26.
You're behind a little bit because it's 32 to 60.
28.
The only reason they're in this game is because they are 16 of 18 from free throws. That's it. 16 of 18 from free throws.
Cleveland's in trouble. Cleveland is in trouble. I'm calling out Indiana wins the series. I'm calling it right now at 8:07 p.m. on the Bearded Bros podcast. Indiana wins this series. Who they're playing, I don't know. That other series
That other series is really good.
I know New York got blown out yesterday, but it was coming because the first 2 games went the same way, except this time Boston didn't let them come back. Boston controlled the whole game. Okay, but I think that's New York's game. It's their defense. Tom Thibodeau is a defensive heavy-minded coach. That's always been his game. Going back to the Bulls, going back to I don't even know where he was before the Bulls.
He was Bulls, and he was at Minnesota after the Bulls because he traded for Jimmy. Remember?
That's right.
And then they ended up paying. Who'd they keep? Minnesota kept somebody over Jimmy, and let Jimmy walk. And then he went to Philly. Then Philly paid somebody else over Jimmy, and that's when he went to Miami.
Yep. But yeah, I have Indiana winning that series, and then the New York one, man. It's all going to come down to who wins this next game. If New York wins this game, I'm taking New York for that series too.
If they go up 3-1, I'm just like you. It's hard to win 4 out of the last 5.
It's hard to do. I'm not
3
gonna
out
say
of
it's
the
never
last 5.
been-
I'm sorry.
It's hard to. It's really, really hard to do. But with that being said, I can't pick that series yet. I got to see this next game. I got to see the next game. With that series. So, but other than that, the playoffs have been great.
I'm getting a little sad. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, we're getting down to four teams on each side. I mean, you're looking at probably a month. Oh, what a pass by Halliburton, dude, and one for Miles Turner. What a pass! I don't know if you see that one yet. But,
yes, that was a heck of a pass.
Miles Turner is playing really, really good right now. But anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked. So we're getting down to like a month and a half left in the season. Basketball's over with. Basketball's going to be done. Luckily, football's right around the corner. Should be starting. Had a couple spring games kicking off. Some spring games have already been played. I mean, we had the draft. A draft lottery is coming up
this
Tuesday. Week. Is that right? Maybe Monday.
It's this week. It's either tomorrow or Tuesday.
Boom. NBA draft lottery. Well, the draft lottery is on May the 12th.
That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
That is tomorrow. Oh man, what are we? Ooh, I'm so excited.
I'm telling you, if the Spurs get 2 top 12 picks, there will be a big trade. They will wheel and deal something and bring in another superstar, and next season will be super fun.
Yeah, I'm already ready for next season, and I just say that because of San Antonio, because I think it's been a good NBA season. I mean,
yeah,
but for our Spurs, tomorrow's the biggest night for us since last summer.
Yeah,
since last summer and then the summer before. So I'm excited for tomorrow. I hope we get I would be so happy if we get one of the lottery picks. I'm talking about one of the top 4 or 5 picks. Like I am hoping the basketball gods are with us tomorrow.
It would have to be massive, like a massive jump to get one of them. Atlanta hurt us making the play-in.
They did. But hey, that spinning thing, if it rolls our way, I'm going to be super stoked about that.
It does like the Spurs. I will say this. It does.
They
like
have
the Spurs.
For about 26 years. It's favored them in some good, 2 good picks so far. With Tim Duncan and then Wemby, of course. Not saying we haven't got David Robinson as well. I'm not saying they haven't got any other good picks out of the draft. I'm talking about your game changers. Your championship winning pedigree player. Because I do think Wemby is if he continues to get good. The only thing I hate about what happened to him this year is I don't know how much this summer how much workout he can do to put on a little bit more weight. Because last summer he put on 20 pounds, which I thought was phenomenal. He needed to put on some weight. But with what happened, I'm not sure how much he gets to. I mean, he'll be able to work on his game probably, but I'm talking about weightlifting and stuff is probably going to be not as heavy as it was last offseason. But I'm excited for the draft lottery. That's tomorrow. So we'll see what happens with that. If you had to pick a team, who do you think gets number 1 pick right now? You're probably looking at. I mean, it's so hard to say because I mean, as crazy as this sounds, up until that last one is done, it could be Charlotte, it could be Washington, it could be Pelicans, Utah. I mean, who knows who slips in? Like
I will say this. I'm not going to say the lottery is rigged, okay? But I also think that it is rigged. I mean, if that makes any sense. Like
you said, Cooper Flagg knows something that we don't know.
He has to know. There's no way that I'm coming out of Duke to go play for Utah or Washington. I'm sorry. There's no shot.
When is the draft? Is it end of May or is it after the season?
June 25th.
So it's not like quite a month, about
a week after the season is over normally, depending on how the playoffs play out.
Right.
I'm gonna throw this out there. This is a complete fly on the wall. I mean, I'm just slinging it and see what happens. I think New Orleans gets the number 1 pick. I think they trade Zion.
With the number 1 pick, or just talking about just trading Zion?
Trading Zion, getting the number 1 pick and taking Cooper Flagg, and then rebuilding through Flagg. I think they're done with Zion.
Well, they have. I mean, they got Murray.
C.J. McCollum, Murray. What's that other dude's name? Let's see here.
You know, my favorite player for them is really, and I remember him in the NCAA tournament. I loved him. I'm not saying he's their best player, but he's one of my favorite players. Is Jose Alvarado. I love that little. He's a little feisty, little firecracker. He carried Georgia Tech. He carried them pretty far in the NCAA tournament. I remember that. He was a little firecracker for them.
Yeah.
He was hurt a lot this year, but I love him.
Let's see.
If they would have kept Brandon Ingram, that would have been crazy to pair him with Cooper Flagg defensively.
So I got DeJounte Murray, Trey Murphy, who I believe was up for Rookie of the Year, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't they have somebody up for Rookie of the Year, maybe? Maybe I'm thinking somebody else. But anyway, Bruce Brown, Herb Jones, Brandon Boston, CJ McCollum. I mean, they've got some nice young pieces. I think McCollum's 34-ish, 33.
He still has a little bit left in him. He has
a little. Zion, I think you just get rid of it.
Who do you make a trade with to get like really, whether it's pick players? You look for picks nowadays, I think, more than players. But I know you look for both, depending on what you're doing. But obviously, New Orleans is rebuild. It's rebuild mode now. Where do you trade him to get something back that is going to benefit you? That could use him if he's healthy, because you got to remember Zion he's prone to the injuries, man. He just is.
I mean, I'm not a healthy Zion. I think could help a team, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a healthy Zion could help a team. I'm not opposed to Detroit giving Jaden Ivey, Tobias Harris, and a 2028 first-round pick for Zion.
I like it.
Jalen Duren, Zion, Asir Thompson, Tim Hardaway, Cade. I mean, that's a pretty solid Detroit lineup. I've heard Orlando, Pablo, Jalen, and Zion wouldn't be bad. I don't know.
Is it?
I think
does him moving on, or let me rephrase this. Does him moving out of New Orleans benefit him? Does it get him? Obviously, I think the food. And I hate saying this, but the food there is some of the best food. So he's eating anything and everything. The beignets, he is not holding back on. We know that. Okay, but do you think just a new environment kind of, not saying his career has been bad, but does it revamp him a little bit if he goes to a contending team? Not like a hot. I'm not talking.
This is a hot take, and I don't know how you're going to feel about this. If I can find the post, I will actually show you the post where I said this. His freshman year at Duke, I said this.
Mm-hmm.
Zion Williamson is overrated. He is a poor man's Blake Griffin. Duncan and running up down the court on fast breaks, Duncan. That's what he does. Mm-hmm. Go back and look at his highlight tapes from high school.
Oh, yeah.
He never shoots a mid-range shot. He just dunks. He was bigger than everybody. He was faster.
You know who he's better? You know who he reminds me of, but is a lot better? And this is a good comparison. He is a Ben Simmons, but 10 times better. And I mean that, because Ben Simmons ain't shooting. He won't even attempt to shoot. That's the one thing I did like about Zion is when he coming in, he was a coming downhill, rebounder, dunk, that type of player. Like that's how he's always played. When coming into the league, he didn't come in trying to shoot threes, trying to do a lot of this and that to try to evolve his game. He's sticking to what he's good at. And that's another thing with the NBA is like Ben Simmons just couldn't figure it out. He still can't figure it out. He's only in the league, in my opinion, because of his size and he could pass the ball. I mean, that's literally it. You don't see him score much. Like you just don't. He never figured that out. And so coming in, he was like supposed to be this number one prospect, like the big ordeal, blah, blah, blah. Hadn't worked out. Like his best years were his first few in Philly, where it was just him and Joel Embiid, and that was it. And that Zion can be really good, but he's kind of like, kind of talking about revamping. It's kind of like Najee Harris. It's time for him to move on like he did. It's time for Zion. If I'm Zion, I wouldn't be opposed to him asking out. I mean that. Like, Zion Williamson, to be able to do anything in his career, I just don't see it being in New Orleans. Like, they were in rebuild mode when he came in on their team, and they're still in rebuild mode. So obviously both sides, it's not working. And here's a perfect opportunity for them to move him, is possibly in this draft coming up in about a month or so.
If I'm New Orleans, I'm moving before he asks to be moved, because if I think if a player gets asked to be moved, their value goes down, because teams know he's miserable, and at some point they're just going to get rid of him to get rid of him now because he's not showing up or whatever.
Kind of like what Jimmy did in a way, but except Jimmy's still more valuable than Zion.
Yes, absolutely. I'm honest with you, man. I don't know where Zion goes and helps any team. I know I said Detroit, but I mean Detroit made the playoffs this year and played really well against New York. Played really well.
Should have won the series.
Should have won the series.
Should have won the series.
32. Indy is up 32.
That's just crazy, man.
And it's only the first half.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, Indiana's looking really strong. I think they have a really good chance to win this game and win the series. And I know you didn't predict that. I didn't necessarily predict them in the series, but I said it was going to be better than what a lot of people think. This Indiana could
72-37 now. 72. Halliburton just hit a 3 and waved at the Cleveland bench. I love it.
See, in this moment, I like that celebration. You deserve it.
Yes.
You deserve to do that. So kudos to them. I like where we are with these playoffs and these games. Some of these games are going to come down to the wire, like overall, when it comes to who moves on. But Derek, before we kind of end the NBA side of things, give me your final predictions with the remaining series. Who do you have moving on to play into the conference finals?
Miles Turner just hit a step back 3.
What do you do? What do you
They
do?
are, dude. This arena is going nuts right now, bro. Like, I love this. I freaking love this. Give me Indiana to win this series. I think they'll close it out next game. They just punched the Cavs in the mouth, and the Cavs have no response for it. And I'm for it. I am 100% for this.
Yes.
But give me the Pacers. Give me Boston. I think Boston wins the series still. I think they've got to get away from John Jones. Zion needs to. Hey, John, I appreciate you popping in, man. I know we talked yesterday, but I appreciate you popping in. Where he's a role player. Maybe he has to play Miles Turner.
Hook 'em, baby.
Yeah.
Hook 'em.
So where would you put Zion at, John? Where do you see him playing a role player? But while we're waiting on him to kind of answer us back, I got the Pacers. I think Boston comes back and wins the series. They're only down 2-1. I mean, it's not like they're completely out of it. Give me Minnesota.
This is the last one's the hardest. It's going to be so hard to pick that series. It's 2-2. You got 3 games left.
Give me Denver. Give me Denver.
Hey, I like it.
I think, bro, they're
up
41 points.
Yeah,
this game's over.
Oh yeah.
So who
Indiana at halftime? Indiana at halftime. They'll go in there to sip on some water, maybe take a shot of tequila and come out and play. Who knows?
That's it.
Would have to be an experienced team with older core. So I think that rules out Denver.
According to Denver.
John. Who is an experienced team now?
What if he went to Golden State?
Hold on now. Being serious.
They can get rid of Kevin Looney. They've got some draft picks they can get rid of.
Derek, hear me out. If he finds his way well, the trade works out. And he ends up in Golden State. That team next year
Let's just see.
could be scary. I'm not saying he's their deciding factor, but you could have Steph. Hear me out. You could have Steph, Brzezinski, Butler, Zion, and Draymond. Defensively, they're going to be good. Now, again, they got to stay healthy.
I think you'd have to get rid of Podziemski. You'd have to package. You'd have to do Kuminga, Buddy, Podziemski, Moody package to get him. Something along that line to get him. And now let me ask you this. Would you drop Draymond for Zion?
No. I wouldn't. And here's why. Even though Draymond's older, he doesn't get hurt a ton. He's your energy. Who is Zion going to bring that same energy?
Right.
I just don't think so. If you can find a way to keep them both, I'm keeping them. That team defensively could be really good. Offensively, here's a problem where they could get problems with people on offense. Is you bring in a guy, again, he's got to stay healthy. That's always going to be the Zion is he's got to stay healthy. His body's got to hold up. And this year he held up pretty decently. It wasn't like I think I haven't looked it up, but I bet he played his most games in the NBA season this year, if I had to guess.
Let's see. Zion.
But with that being said, you could if you put him in you have to start him. I think you should start him because again, I think his most what he can bring to that team is defense.
Zion played 30 games.
That's it?
That's it. 24 and 7 is what he averaged in 30 games.
Man, I mean, so 24 and 7, and he's not playing a lot. Like 30 games is not even half a season.
So this was his March stats. I'm just going to go points. 29, 30, 20, 22, 20, 20, 37, and 24.
I mean, I know he's not shooting the ball. He's coming downhill. He's playing in the post. That's because that's what his game is. He could make the Warriors a championship contending team if they keep the Butlers, everybody there. That's the core there. He could bring another thing offensively they don't have, which is someone that can drive and give you a little post work. Draymond's not posting nobody up. Kevin Looney ain't posting nobody up. I'm not saying he's going to be.
What if he went?
He's not Shaq, but I'm saying he's bigger than most people at his position.
I've got two legit. I mean, just hear me out. What if he? LA. That's exactly what I was just going to say. What if he went to the Clippers with Kawhi and Harden? Somehow he could get there. Okay. Give them a little spark. Give them a little spark. Or what if somehow that he got super healthy, dropped a crap ton of weight, just looked really good, and got to Minnesota with Ant?
Oh. I really think what he brings to the team the most in his game is going to be the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, he can score. Like he can get downhill, be bully ball.
Dunks. Yeah.
Those two teams. I mean, man, I think that he could be one of the hottest players to go after for a contending team, like the Clippers, Golden State, with a older core. More experienced core, like you can't put them in Houston with everyone that's 23 years old.
Yeah,
no. Can't do that. You can't put them in Detroit because they're all young. Like he needs to be on.
Houston would be just as bad as where he's at now. Look at James Harden. What James Harden was out all the time, partying and doing crap in Houston. That would be the exact same fate for Zion. Yeah, he has to go to he needs to go to like Milwaukee.
A boring place. A place where there's nothing to do around the town but play ball.
That's it. That's exactly where it needs to be.
I know it's hard to do because you're going to be there's all of them are big cities. Like there's going to be something to do. But in New Orleans, you got Bourbon Street, and you got some of the best food in the world in New Orleans. Not a good spot for him. Now he does look good. Like he's gotten better since year one versus now, but he's still not where he should be. To contribute to a team, and
I think he's
healthy.
6'10", 6'9". He's 285. He needs to be around 260 to 270. He needs to drop about 15, 20 pounds.
Yes.
Because that'll take the pressure. Yes, a healthy drop.
Even if he drops another 10, a 10 is a starting point to see where you are. And if you're like still having issues, then you need to drop a little more.
Yeah.
Because you don't want him out there. You don't want him out there at 6'8", 6'9", at 250. I think that's too small for. I mean, 250 is still not bad, but that's a big jump. That's a big weight loss there.
Yes.
But yeah. Again, everyone draft lottery tomorrow. What time? 7 probably.
Probably 7
PM?
Yeah, I didn't
7?
see.
So, if your team's in the lottery, or potential to have a lottery pick, be on the lookout for that. Well, we got about 20 minutes. Let's talk about the NHL, man. Dallas won today. Huge win for Dallas Stars today. 5-2.
Huge.
After getting shut out the other night, what was it, 5-0, 4-0, what it was.
Something like that, yeah.
Big win for the Stars. A big win. They look good today. They did not look good the other night. They could not put the puck in the goal for nothing.
Yeah.
And those series are well.
Your Golden Knights score with 0.4 seconds left to win.
I've been worried about them. Edmonton's been playing them. I mean, they were up 2-0, which I was really surprised by that. I thought that would be a better series. But the Wild played well against the Golden Knights too. So like, I'm not like surprised, but I didn't expect it to be 2-0. But they won the other night, so that's good for them. The Golden Knights need to win this next game to tie it back up to kind of make it a series again. You don't want to go down 3-1. It's kind of like basketball. You don't want to go down 3-1. It's so hard to win that. Who is the other team playing tonight?
Maple Leafs are down 1-0. Toronto leads that. Toronto leads that one.
Yeah, they were. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I saw that message too. I just looked at it. But yeah, so you have Maple Leafs, Panthers. Panthers are up 1 into the second, so about to start the third. Tomorrow, you got the Capitals and the Hurricanes. Hurricanes are winning that series 2-1. Capitals are in a bind here, man. They've got to come on strong and win this game and tie it up tomorrow. And then you have the Edmonton and Las Vegas playing tomorrow as well. They're up 2-1. And who's the other series? I'm drawing a blank here.
Capitals and Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Carolina is up 2-1 in that series.
Yeah, man, I just because what's his name? I always forget his name. Who's their player that's had the most goals in history now?
Alex Ovechkin.
Ovechkin. I mean, this is probably his last year. Would we say that? I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I want him to go out on like the highest note you can go out on. And I would love for them to win this, but this Hurricanes team is really playing them really well. Sorry, I was sitting there watching this highlight. It's funny, Derek. I was so mad at myself. I'm pretty sure you saw I was on before you were tonight. I was like, I'm going to turn the Dallas game on. I was like, I haven't watched hockey yet. I keep saying I'm watching. I was like, I knew they were on. I turned it on. I turned the TV on. I saw it. I clicked on it. It said final 5-2. I was like, man, I didn't even get to see them play. I've been wanting to watch them play, and I'm always picking basketball over hockey. But those series are going well too. There's no blowouts going on. Well, we started off that way. Some of these were leading 2-0, but some of these games are definitely coming back. I mean, I hope the Panthers win to kind of make that a series again. The third is just now about to start because I think a lot of people picked the Panthers to win this series. I picked Toronto to win it. I remember because you picked the Panthers. I picked Toronto because of that was the one with AJ. I was like, AJ, come on, help me here. Yeah, that's awesome. NHL is in full swing. Hey, the rookie camp's been going on in football. I've been seeing some stuff with that.
Dude, I gotta say, we didn't get to talk about it Tuesday. Or I'm sorry.
When,
We didn't
Wednesday?
get to talk about it Wednesday. I love the George Pickens addition.
Oh, yes. We need to talk about that. Yes. George Pickens in Dallas. Let's talk about that.
The more that I see about it, okay, the more that I'm gonna show you something. I'm just gonna this right here. I'm deleting this. I don't need that anymore.
No, you still need it.
I don't need it anymore. Dallas
Maybe
is
not.
making great moves right now. I don't know if you saw this, but with Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, they have the third most receiving yards since 2023 combined. Okay? And that's with Pickens getting thrown to by Russell Wilson, CJ Fields, Mason Rudolph, Kenny Pickett. He's still producing. In the last 3 years, he's produced. He is a more outside the numbers, down the field type of receiver. CD is more of the inside of the numbers, crossing routes. I love it. And then there's still talks about going and possibly getting Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb sets this offense over the top. If we have Nick Chubb and Jadeveon Blue as our backfield, Dak is going to flourish. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, live on the air, I will be selecting Dak in our fantasy football league. I'm telling you right now, Dak is going to be in the MVP conversation if he does not get hurt. This is Dak's year to. I don't know if you were just looking at your messages in the phone, but
I was. I'm sorry. I got sidetracked.
Hey, that's okay. We need to talk after this.
Yes, and we'll talk more about this. We'll announce, not announce it, but upcoming news. But yes. I was reading that. I'm sorry. I heard everything you said.
I was just reading. I was reading mine right before I started talking. So, Dak is primed for an MVP season this year. We've started to shore up the line. We get the weapons. We get the running backs. Man, if the defense holds up, if Overshown does not get hurt, you pairing him with Kenneth Murray out of Oklahoma, who went to Tennessee. The defensive ends, the secondary is looking good. Man, I'm telling you, I am. This pickup with Pickens makes me even more excited about the draft that we had. Because we hit on needs, even though we didn't get a receiver, and then you go get Pickens for a third. You get Pickens for a third, and you bring back a seventh. So you got the player that you needed and a pick. So, I'm beyond thrilled for this.
So here's my take on it. Obviously, I was the most upset about the draft with no wide receiver. I was. I still had talked about it up until then. You see the trade come through, and I'm like, okay. I love the move from a talent standpoint. You cannot go wrong getting George Pickens for a third. Right? That's kind of a steal. I think this has to be. Here's my take with Dak. This is Dak's year, or no more years left for him in Dallas. Okay, I'm gonna go that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, this is a prove it year for Dak. I 100% believe that.
Yes, this is going to be the most weapons he's had in a while, healthy, and hopefully a healthy defense. Okay. My questions are, what Dak are we going to get? He looks good, by the way. He looks fit. He looks like he's lost some weight, put on some muscle. Good weight. Okay, so Dak looks good. I saw a video of him the other day. He looks really good. Not that I ever thought he was like fat or nothing, but he just looks good. Obviously, he's been out for a while because he had that injury, so he should be 100% healthy when training camp / preseason starts going into the season. What Dak are we getting is my question, okay? With the weapons, we should get the best Dak we can get. My second thing is, can George Pickens be the player he should be off the field? I know he's young. I know you didn't see a bunch of this, but I saw a bunch of stuff how he was late to practice, late to film shows, didn't want to watch film, didn't want to run block, didn't want to do all the things that he needed to do because he didn't feel like he needed to. Maybe with him saying, man, I got traded for this, if those are the real reasons, again, these are all just things I've seen and heard on networks, all kinds of different things. I'm hoping and praying we get the best version of Pickens on and off the field, because if we do get that, Dallas will be a really, really good. Hopefully, we can get over the hump in the playoffs. That's what I can see happening. Because if we don't get that Dallas team this year that we deserve to get based off of what we're seeing, I'm scared we lose a lot more than Dak next year. I'm scared of that. Because this is their year. Like, Derek, what is it? We say this every year. This is Dallas's year. This is Dallas's year because that's our team. I actually give kudos to Jerry. I was so mad at him after the draft and that whole organization. And then when they got Pickens, I'm like, okay, just a little sigh of relief. We got the weapons now. We got the running backs, 2 running backs. We got a wide receiver now to pair with CeeDee Lamb. We got the defensive things we needed. We had a steal at the cornerback position who I think is going to be very good. We got the edge rusher we need to kind of complement Micah Parsons. We re-signed our defensive tackle. I can't remember his name. We get another defensive tackle. We get another linebacker. Like, we actually when I sat there and actually looked at it, we're like, okay, we hit our spots we needed to hit to actually make a run next year. It's all going to come down to is those 2 things. And Schottenheimer, we need his first year to be his best year of coaching. We need him to be the coach we hired him to be. The problem is with that is how much is Jerry going to let him do? And that's been a thing for a long time in Dallas. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about Pickens. Again, just please stop the out the field stuff. Stop being a drama queen. Just be who you know you can be off the field and just contribute, run block, do what you need to do because this Dallas team could be really good now. And who knows, they may not be done. I mean, it's not over with. I mean, we may squeeze in there and get, another offensive lineman they need. I mean, the offensive line is great.
Reports that I'm seeing is there is a chance we go out and try to get Nick Chubb. Now, I don't know how much truth to that there is. I've only seen a couple reports, but if you add Nick Chubb to this offense, now you're really starting to impress. Now you're really working your way up of who are you going to stop? So it's going to come down to our offensive line, right? I mean, we same as last year. We could have had Derrick Henry, but if we can't block, then it wouldn't have mattered.
It wouldn't have. I mean, could he have gotten you a few more yards? Yeah, because of who he is. But, down the stretch, it wouldn't have mattered.
Right.
We'd still – I don't –
Dak went out.
Dak went out.
It was a shamble from the get-go pretty much.
Yeah, it was.
I think that's why they went and got the offensive lineman first. I really do. I think all this was in the works prior to the draft. I think that's why they go get an interior offensive lineman. They didn't get a left tackle. They didn't get a right tackle. They got an interior guy who can play left or right guard or center for you if you need. They're going to find the correct place for him. They're going to plug him in, and he is going to dominate the interior of the line. I firmly believe that. Man, I think he's going to be unbelievable. A lot of people weren't high on the pick. I love the pick. I'm telling you, the Pickens trade made me love the draft even more. I mean, it just did.
I completely agree. And one thing else I want to say too, and this isn't about Dallas. Derek Carr has retired. Congratulations to him on his career. I hate he's got to go out this way. Another injury, he would be out this year. He's deciding to retire. New Orleans will have a starting quarterback that we've never seen, except in college. I think Tyler will get the start, from what I'm hearing. But
could you
Derek
imagine
Carr,
being who's their coach? Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore going from the Super Bowl Eagles to a complete rebuild. Not even a little bit. I mean, I would be shocked if before the deadline Alvin Kamara is traded. That might be another thing. We ride it out and see if Kamara comes available.
Mm-hmm. He just re-signed this past year, if I'm correct. Or was it the year before?
I think it was the year before.
Was it the year before?
Yeah, I believe. I could be wrong.
Kamara could see it as an opportunity to like help them offensively, like maybe being used even more than he ever has because they're going to have a rookie, either a rookie. I don't think they would start Spencer Rattler. I don't think. I mean, Tyler looks the part. I thought he did at Louisville. We were high on him at Louisville. We thought everyone had him QB1 coming out the draft after Cam Ward. Some had him over Cam Ward. Not to be picked, but just overall ratings. But that was kind of bogus. I didn't think that. But I hate that he retires on that. I hate when people have to retire themselves because of an injury.
And I hate when they retire on a bad season because now people are going to remember Derek Carr's last season as atrocious, or he got hurt, or whatever. Like
their season was looking good especially when they smacked around Dallas.
Dallas,
and then obviously it just went downhill. It actually ended up being. I think they were worse than Dallas was, which is insane.
They only had 5 wins.
Yeah. But kudos to him. Congratulations on the career he had. Again, I hate he's having to go out this way, but it's just the game. That's how it works sometimes. Other than that, let's kind of talk about what we have coming up. We have a guest Wednesday.
We have a guest Wednesday.
A state champion Wednesday. Again, another state champion. We just had one not that long ago. We did.
Local kid. Yeah, a local kid from up the road here at a powerhouse high school, Carthage, Texas. They have 10 state titles. The coach has the most.
I am excited to talk with him. I have so many questions.
He's offensive lineman. I know we've been looking for an old lineman for a while.
Yes, long time.
He's actually. I'd have to go back. I don't remember exactly where he's playing at right now.
It's the Pioneers. I think it's in Nevada.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at the thing. Have a big phone call to make on Thursday. Former NFL player John Abraham, defensive end for the Atlanta Falcons. He played for the Jets. He wants me to touch base with him on Thursday about possibly coming on a week from today. So that could be a massive get for us. So that be on the lookout for that because that's going to be huge. And then do we want to drop the news or do we want to wait on that till we can?
Let's just say
we're growing.
We have we're growing. We'll say
we're growing. The Tire Sports Network is got a lot of cool things coming up. Again, the network, not just me and Dustin. This is a network thing. And we can't wait to drop the news on all that once we get a little bit more info on it. And we will gladly share it with you guys. It'll be all over our social media stuff. But yeah, as far as that, on my end, that's all I got coming up and going on.
Yeah, and we have that stuff coming up. And we'll have some exciting news as we found out during the show. That's kind of why we were like kind of here, but But some exciting news for the network coming up very, very, very soon. This week soon, and then we have the guest Wednesday, which that'll be fun. I'm gonna have a question for him that could be really far fetched, but I'm gonna shoot for it, Derek. I'm not even gonna tell you.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna try something big with him, and then Friday. Well, let's backtrack. Tuesday, we have Sorry in Advance, and then we're on at 7. Thursday, we have On Time Sports on. And again, I want to congratulate Casey if he's watching on all the things that's been going on for him. awesome, man. We're happy for you. You're about to get married in a couple of weeks, so congratulations on everything going on for you. And not just that, everything going on with your podcast as well. We love both these groups that are with us. They bring different things, and we really appreciate both of them. I'm sorry in advance and On Time Sports. So don't forget to watch them on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Then Friday, same old. We will be back for week 4 of the Tire Sports Network golf.
For sure, be me and you.
Yes.
I know Sean said he had something going on. He was going to try to get here. But he did say if he wasn't here, that he was going to play his round and send us his score so we could keep him up to date with us.
Hey, real quick, I want to tell Jonathan, thank you for coming on and hanging out with us. Having a fourth player with us.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed him. We learned some things from him.
He's getting married Friday.
Yes. But
I think the following Friday he's going to try to come back on. I said absolutely. Yeah. He said the same as Sean. He'll play his round and send us the stuff on it, and we will keep him. We'll add him to the mix.
Yep, exactly. And then I do want to mention this. Not the last Sunday, but the next day, Monday, we are going to do our network show. It's been a while. It's kind of been crazy with everything going on, but we are going to do a network show this month, but it will be on a Monday, because the 25th is my wedding anniversary. So we pushed our Sunday show to Monday. Yes. So we're not going to do a show on Sunday. We're going to do it on Monday, the 26th. So we don't know the time yet. So just be looking for that. We will, when we actually figure out the time on that, we'll make the announcement. We always shoot for 7, but we're going to try to shoot for maybe 6 that day.
Yeah.
We want everyone to be on, so whatever time it works for everyone. So be on the lookout for that at the end of the month. And then let me see if I can. Oh yeah, as always, follow us, guys, please, on all socials. We appreciate all the love and support from everybody. Again, we have big network news coming up here, and maybe tonight, tomorrow, and be on the lookout for that. We're going to be growing, so that's always great for the network. And then until then, we will be here for On Time for Sorry in Advance on Tuesday, and then we'll be back Wednesday, and then On Time Sports on Thursday.
Yep, sounds good.
And we will see everybody then. Everybody have a good week, and we'll see you all in a couple of days.
Yep, let's do it.